So this is Unit 7-5, Lesson 3, practice problems that goes with the bumpers lesson. So let's start with the warm-up. Determine the value of the variable that makes each equation true. So if we think back to last year when we worked on expressions and equations, we talked a lot about inverse operations. So an inverse operation is one that undoes another one. So the inverse of addition is subtraction, inverse of subtraction is addition, the inverse of multiplication is division, and the inverse of division is multiplication. So I look at what sign I have here. It's an addition sign, and this is a positive number. So what I would need to do is subtract 30 from each side to keep my equation balanced. A is equal to 10. And I can check, is 30 plus 10 equal to 40? Yes, so I know I'm correct. The next one, 40 plus B equals 30. So I'm going to subtract 40 from each side to find out what my variable is. So B is equal to 30 minus 40 is negative 10. C minus 3 is 8. So the inverse of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 3 to each side. So C is equal to 11. And same thing here. Add 3 to each side. D is equal to, if I have negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5. Now determine the value of each expression. So 4.4 minus 2.9. I need to borrow. So we have 1.5. Now, the easiest way to do this is I can kind of rewrite these as 4.4 minus 2.9, which is going to be the same thing as 1.5. These two negatives can go together, so I can combine the two negatives, which is going to give me 13, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 7.3. And these two negatives, when I subtract a negative, I'm actually creating a positive, so 4.4 plus 2.9 equals 7.3. Now, let's look at the next one where it's talking about Ariel's bank account. It says, the table shows how much of Ariel's bank account changed over several weeks, and then fill in the chart. So that is what we are going to do here. Oops, sorry. All right. So week 1, she had $360. The next week, she had $337, where she took out or spent $22.50. The next week, she had $182.35. So what I want to do is I want to find the difference between these two. So 182.35 minus, 337.50 minus that, which is 5, 1, 5, 5, and 1. So the difference this week was we were down $155.15. Now I'm all the way down to $41, negative $41.40. So let's try to find the difference between these. So I would have $182.35, and I'm going to subtract negative 41440, which in turn means I need to add them. So I actually went down $223.75. Now, on the next week, the change was a positive $40. So if I went from here to here, positive $40, that would leave me with negative $1.40. And the last one, I have negative $5.80. So I want to find the difference. So the change was I went down $4.40. Now, by how much did Ariel's account change from week 1 to week 6? Make sure whether to note it is a negative or positive change. So I went from having $360 to having negative negative $5.80. So I want to find the difference of the two, which means I'm going to end up adding these, which would give me $365.80. But since my amount in my account went from a positive $360 to a negative $580, it is a negative $365.80. Let's go to the next one. It says last week the price of gas was G dollars. This week the price of gas increased by 5%. Select all of these that represent the price of the gas. So we have the gas plus an additional 5% of the gas. So this one would work. This one would work. And I could combine these to be 1.05G. All three of these would work. If the price of the gas increases by 5% again next week, the price will be 10% higher than it was originally. So the answer is no. If it was 10% higher, it would be 1 in 10% of the gas. By just, if we were to increase by 5% again, it would be what we already have plus 5% gallon, which is equal to 1.1025 G. So no, you cannot combine the two 5% added on different weeks. So I'm finding 5% of the new price, so it's not 10%. I did leave one explore for you. I thought this one was kind of fun. So 1 minus something is positive 8. Well, I thought if I had 1 and I needed to get up to 8, I'd have to take away 7 anchors or negative 7. If I had 1 plus something equals negative 5, I know I'm going to have to go down 6 to offset the 1 whole. The next one is to go from negative 7 to negative 4. I'm actually going to have to go up 3, so I'd add 3 floats. And if I had negative 6 and I took away 3 more, I would have negative 9. All right, and we can go over any questions you have in class tomorrow.